So welcome back, everybody. Over the last few sessions, you all aided in the escape of several Myconids from Neverlight Grove. Things at the Grove were quite terribly out of control. A sect of the Myconids had broken off and began a fanatical devotion and worship of the demon prince Zagutmoy, who had taken up residence in a massive fungal growth inside of Neverlight Grove. You saw her terrible acolytes and their gruesome work firsthand, and witnessed what appeared to be a wedding rehearsal. Through your investigations, listening in, and doing what you could to gather information without exposing yourself directly to Zagutmoy and her most powerful minions, you were able to determine that the demon prince was trying to bind herself to a being known as Aramikos. Aramikos is a singular entity, a singular fungal growth that encompasses the entirety of the space beneath the high forest. Hundreds and hundreds of square miles of one being. Zagutmoy's plan was to fuse herself into this being. She had just successfully completed a rehearsal of this event, and use the vast stores of power, resources, and just mass that this being Aramikos would grant her to take over the Underdark and eventually the surface. Furthermore, her existence and the confirmation that she was down here allowed you all to determine with the finality that there is several demon princes down here. So, knowing yourselves not up to the task of facing a demon prince, or especially multiple demon princes, you all determined to leave Neverlight Grove. After informing Basidia, she gathered what Myconid she could that were not infected with Zagutmoy's essence, and also fled Neverlight Grove with you. Determined to make your way to Blingdenstone and finally out of the Underdark through the many known passageways in that area, you began discussions on what you would do about this, and it became clear that the best course of action would be to return the surface, gather an army in whatever way you could, with aid from Eldeth and Aranis's people, with whatever aid that you could gather. Gather an army and march back into the Underdark. First, you all had to escape to gather this army on the surface. So, what followed was several days of travel in the Underdark, Basidia and her entourage of Myconids following a good ways behind you all, and with Globagul taking up the final rear position to do his best to clean up any tracks that you and your party were leaving behind. Travel was hard. Came across some rather brutal creatures, including a spider's nest, which almost did you in. And finally, now only 3 days away from your destination, 3 days away from Blingdenstone, you came across a set of ruins. Inside of these ruins, several of you began to hear a calling. Something calling out to you, something trapped in darkness, something scared, but something powerful, a powerful source of light shrouded in darkness. This being was calling out to you all and led you into an ancient tomb, a Netherese tomb, a place forgotten for millennia, crashed beneath into the Underdark. Appeared to be a tomb of a powerful Netherese wizard. You will later determine that this Netherese being was a lich, and that this was their final resting place. After defeating several of their attendants and finding their resting place, you approached, and the phantasmal force, the phantasmal spirit of this long-dead lich emerged from its sarcophagus. That is where we are now. Any questions, especially from Gresh, before we get back into things?
Are we still the good guys?
Yes, actually, probably better guys than you were several weeks ago. Sereth is practically fully on your guys' side now. A few rescues and some close calls, and Sereth has turned a new leaf. It's safe to say that you all are his friends now.
Can I just say that I have mage armor up?
Absolutely. You can do whatever
Okay.
preparations that you feel like you would have on your way in. Yeah, we didn't really hand wave you away. We just assumed that you were with us, that Gresh was with us throughout. So yeah, you are right here. You have seen the things that they have seen. And now we roll initiative. 7v1, you guys should have this. It should be fine.
The most important beat of character development you missed is the fact that I nightly am now planting stool and compost, and he is evolving.
Indeed. Stool will be
14.
a grown-up Myconid anytime now. Okay. And I think this requires the intense dramatic fight music instead of the action adventure fight music for today. Okay. Or, the music just won't work at all. That's awesome too. Sorry, give me just a second.
Nothing like silence preparing us for death.
There we go.
Uh-oh, Uranus is measuring. Would Sarah have Shield of Faith up, do you think?
Yeah, whatever preparations you all think you would have done before coming in here, you knew what to expect when you were coming down here. So yeah, any preparations that you all feel that you would have done before coming in, you're welcome to take care of now.
How much time did we have?
Wait, what about the wild magic circle?
Oh,
set
right.
table.
Thank you, Vex. Again, anyone that does wish to do preparatory spells will need to roll on the wild magic table, and we'll assume that it happened outside in the other chamber.
So she had Shield of Faith up when she was fighting the mummies.
Okay, then it would still be up. You all did not wait for that long before coming down here.
Okay, thank you.
Same with Hunter's Mark.
Okay, and we can assume that Gresh did it outside too.
I would have cast it like the beginning of
I'm
the
sure.
day.
Okay.
I also have an owl familiar now.
Nice.
Oh.
I should have always had one, but I did not. It could be generic. I will send you things later.
Sounds good. So do you need an owl now?
Yeah.
You got it. Owl. Not owl bear, Jesus.
Oh, if that's what you DM rule, then I will not argue.
I'm sure. Okay, let me get you control of this thing. All journals controlled by Gresh. Good to go.
I think if we just surround the thing and just stab it to death. We don't need magic.
Okay. Sarah, go first. Oh, let me get Schrodinger in here.
Oh, strategy content. Let's see if it plays out.
Right.
Oh boy, I'm so nervous. My hands are
Good times.
Okay, is she up in the air or where
She is not. She is just emerged from her sarcophagus. She's essentially sitting up in it right now.
Okay.
She has risen up through the gold plating that covers the top of her sarcophagus.
Okay. So Sarah will move to here. Oh, sorry. Can she reach from there? Or would she have to stand up?
So we need to get you into one of the official squares.
Okay.
So we can say that you're leaning over it from right there.
Okay. Stand down, or you'll meet my blade.
She turns towards you and says, "It is mine."
Are you talking about the... Oh, God. Are you talking about the Lady of Light?
She scowls at you.
Okay. So Sarah will bring forth her sword, her armor shimmering. Well, then have a taste of this. And she swings her sword.
Oh, great hit!
Oh, you know what? You know what that means?
I know what it means. I know.
Do you know what it means?
What does it mean?
Okay. I'm a smite! I'm smiting! I declare the smite. I will smite. I declaring smite at a 2nd level spell slot. So that will be okay. That will be 3d8 plus 1d8 if she's undead.
Oh, she's very much undead.
You critted. It's 68.
6d8.
Oh.
That's why. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, I don't have that on the table. How do I roll that? Or can I do 5d8 and a 1d8?
So we just have what's there, the 5 plus the 6 for 11, and then you can just do /r space 6d or 68.
Okay, so I'll do the 5. What was the thing? Backslash.
Oh, just backslash. It's a /r, and that's just your roll command. /r,
sure.
and then however much you want to roll.
It's.
We just need to get one more d8 on there, right?
She gets
I'll
2
just-
more.
2 more, so it's 78.
Because it's 3d8 plus a d8 if it's undead. But I don't think you add the.
Holy shit. Okay. And our weapons are magical now, so 11, 32, 42 points in one hit from Sarah. Jesus hell.
I warned you to stand down.
Right? So a massive flash of radiant light erupts. This creature is taken aback. She shields herself from this blow for a brief moment. Anything else, Sarah?
I see you're not standing down. You'll taste my blade again, witch. And she'll strike again.
18
will hit?
hits.
Ooh. Okay. And I will smite now too. Hold on. Stop.
Smite!
Okay. So that's 6 plus I will again smite. Oh, let's
Wow.
smite. I'll smite again at 2nd level. So. Sorry, I'm really nervous right now.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting stuff. So 3d8 plus for 2nd level and 1d8 for undead is 4d8.
Oh!
Jesus! Okay, alright.
So you see the radiant blade pass through her ephemeral body, blasting her innards with light.
Jeez, okay. So how much are we looking at here? 29 more?
Yeah.
Schrodinger, good stuff. You did not even miss a turn in your initiative, bud. Fantastic. Okay, you did miss Sarah kicking the absolute shit out of this spirit lich, though. Okay, 29. All right, Sarah. Are you done? Do you think you've done enough?
No more Gloomstalker business for me. That's it.
Okay. At the end of your turn, you see this creature recoiling from Sarah's radiant attacks. It shrieks and then turns and looks at you with this face of rage, pure, unadulterated fury, Sarah. And you see it kind of almost implode on itself for a brief moment, and then it expands outwards, sending a wave of dark energy. I need everybody within... I think it's everybody. Double checking now. I need everybody within... Okay, it's not everybody. Everyone within 10 feet of the lich. So that is Sarah. That is Sarah, Gresh, Aranis. Sarah, Gresh, and Aranis. I need all of you to make Constitution saves.
If you're within 10 feet of me, you could add +2 to that save. If I have my aura of protection.
DC is 18. Good luck.
Oh god.
I use my
Is this
session.
magical in any sense?
It is not a spell.
Alright, that's good enough for me.
Fantastic. You all succeed, taking half of the 22. You each take 11 points of necrotic damage. Sarah, that was at the end of your turn, bringing us to its turn. It is going to turn towards you, rise the rest of the way out of its cavern, out of its sarcophagus, and lean over you, Sarah. And it says, "You would dare challenge me."
I would.
She's going to cast Blight at 5th level.
Oh.
Sarah, I need a Constitution save. Counterspell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are going to have 2 rolls on the Wild Magic table, one for Bryces of Cam, and one for Schrodinger.
Oh, wait, it's at 5th level?
5th level.
Yeah,
You'd have to do a roll. You'd have to do a roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Constitution saving throw?
So we're not going to counterspell?
I can only counterspell to 3rd level, but
You
saying I
can
could have to do a
counterspell
roll.
higher, you just have to roll an Arcana check for it to succeed. There's a possibility it'll fail.
You know what? That's better than not doing anything.
Okay. So, let's go ahead and have Bryce's D100 roll first. I got a 46.
Dodge, what is that?
Bryces begins to float up and out of the... Bryces begins to float up and out of the sarcophagus as she begins to levitate. Schrodinger. First thing we will need is your D100 roll.
Okay.
18. Schrodinger. Schrodinger, you grow a long beard made of feathers.
Oh, cool. So I just got done eating a bird.
Okay, now we need an Arcana check. Let me verify what that check is real quick. Counterspell. Okay. If it is a casting of 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC is equal to 10 plus the spell's level, so you have to make a DC 15 Arcana check to successfully counterspell this ability.
Well... You know what? I'll use Session.
Okay.
Session will just get to 15.
Wise indeed, because Sarah takes half of 52 points of necrotic damage.
Oh my god.
So 26 points, Sarah.
Okay, hold on. I have to still minus the 11. How much?
26.
Oh. Okay.
That is
Is that your best? Is that the best you've got?
Okay. Shro, you're up.
Sarah doesn't look so good over there. To
I don't like
cast
this.
the Wither. I'm gonna cast the one healing ability I have. No, Wither and Bloom.
Okay. Roll a D100. 24.
Also has to make a Constitution save.
Sure. Your skin turns a bright, vibrant shade of blue, Schrodinger. So you are now blue and have a massive feather beard.
When did we get a Kenku in this group?
Is that visible underneath of all the fur?
Probably just at your face and like around your eyes beneath your hood area.
Oh, lovely.
Maybe.
He's got a big blue nose.
Okay, let me go ahead and it is going to be a con save, you said?
Yep, a DC 14.
She gets a 29.
I mean 15. For some reason, my spell save is different there.
She does succeed.
You'll see a bit of light twinkling around Gresh's fingers as he kind of snaps his wrist to the side. A little snapping sound coming just from his wrist. And I'll use my portent to make her roll a 7.
Ooh, snap. Okay. She will burn one of her legendary resistances.
It's cheating.
Okay. Schrodinger, anything else?
Did she...
Oh,
fail?
right, she fails. No, she succeeds because she succeeds using one of her legendary resistances.
Alright, so it's half of 2d6.
Is that necrotic?
Yes.
She takes no necrotic damage.
Well, Sarah at least, I don't know if it counts as, I think Sarah still gets to use
Yes,
unspent
yes.
hit
Either
die?
way, Sarah would get to spend a hit dice.
That's all that really matters.
Word.
Do I roll that or?
Yes, you roll,
Yeah,
you
it's
roll
one
one
of
of your hit
your-
dice.
Oh, thank you. So. Oh. Oh, nice. Thank you very much.
Anything else from Schrodinger?
That is all.
At the end of Schrodinger's turn, Bryces turns towards you, Sarah, and says, "You, I save for later." And she reaches out and rests one of her spectral hands on your pauldron. Sarah, I need you to make, I believe it is going to be a saving throw. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Ooh.
Am I in?
You succeed.
Oh.
You feel your joints begin to lock up for a brief moment as a paralyzing wave washes over you, but you break through it as if you were covered in a thin sheet of glass. It shatters to the ground. You are unaffected, and it is Gresh's turn.
Gresh will get a little whisper, and then a nod and kind of motion his head. You see the owl do a little flyby and distract.
Okay.
Do a little distraction. Fly over Cillian's shoulder. Kind of hover just above him. Give him all you got, Cillian. And I'll cast haste on him.
Fantastic. Very nice. Jeez, the damage output is about to be insane. Okay, let's get a D20, I mean a D100 from Gresh. $68. Who is closest to you? You are terrified of Eldeath. You are frightened by the nearest tree creature until the end of your next turn. You are frightened of Eldeath.
What is that? Short blob. Help!
Help!
Help me! I'll just run over here.
All right. You are frightened until the beginning of your next turn.
Okay. And that is all.
All right. Okay. Brings us to Sereth. Gresh, Sereth, and Eldeath both got some upgrades since the last you saw them. They are far more combat effective and less likely to just instantly die now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they were getting
Good
pretty
one.
fucked up in the last couple encounters.
Sarif will pull out his longbow and take 2 shots of them. None of his weapons are magical.
No, they're not.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, longbow. Let's do this.
He misses. That
Okay.
hits and deflects off, doing no damage.
Sarif says a bad word in Undercommon. That's all we can do.
Yeah. all right. Aranis, you are up.
Oh, I hope this works. This could go big or go home. Why not? Aranis will raise his hand. What do I? Do I heal? Or do I? 1 sec. Aranis will raise his hand. Say a quick prayer and undercome into Elestri. Thrust his hand out as he uses Guiding Bolt at 3rd level.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait. I wanted that to upscale.
That is not going to hit.
But you
No, it's
also
not.
must roll.
That's a great waste of a spell slot.
Yep, we still need a D100 roll from you too. 11! Roll a D10. A 2. You grow 2 inches taller.
That's a lot.
How did I get up here? That's a lovely wasted turn. And that's all I have.
Okay. Brings us to a hasted Cillian.
Okay, how does haste work? So like I have a second action, basically.
Yes. Hold on. I can pick. You get +2 AC, and you get to make take another attack action. It's
Well,
only one.
yeah.
It's only one extra attack, but
Okay, I'll still take it. So bonus action. I'm not casting because it's been under an hour. I am shifting my hunter's mark to Lich Lady.
Okay.
And I will have 3 attacks.
No good. 19 hits. Okay.
That's for distracting strike.
Okay.
Alright, so that's 22 total.
Yep.
Third attack.
23 hits.
What is that, 19?
19 indeed.
Okay, so that was my 3 attacks. I'm gonna action surge for 3 more. Because it's still my first initiative
Yep.
turn.
19 hits.
That's another 15 points. I assume that misses.
It does. Hits? Jesus. The damage output. Okay.
Can I pop another superiority dice in that and just
Yeah.
do a second distracting strike?
Yeah. Okay. Huge damage. Okay. 23, 25, 28 more.
And the next attack on it by an ally has advantage.
Okay. Brings us to Eldeth. I'm sorry, anything else?
No, I'm pretty sure I remembered everything.
Okay. That does bring us to Eldeth.
Okay, so Eldeth will take a shot at her with her longbow.
22 hits, but no damage is done.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. I guess she will not. I don't think there's anything else she could do.
Not bad at all.
She'll move up closer to. Yeah, she'll move up closer to Sarah there.
Okay.
That'll be her turn.
Sarah, you're up.
Oh, okay.
Good luck.
Okay. Sarah smells the scent of fresh flowers as a wave of healing comes over her from the direction of Schrodinger, and she feels invigorated as she raises her sword and tries to slice through her enemy.
18 is no good.
And again.
23
That would have
hits.
had oh, sorry, no. Eldest had advantage. I'm wrong.
Okay. And I will smite after this as well.
8
So
points,
8
okay.
slashing. The smite will be at first level spell slot, so we'll do 3d8.
Okay.
10.
18 points, okay.
That will be her turn.
Now, the question is, who gets this? Now that she knows that she has to take you all seriously, she's gonna pull out the big guns. But is it the one doing all the radiant damage to her, or the one who just shot her full of holes?
Translucent holes.
Translucent holes.
75 holes.
We will leave it up to chance. Sarah, you're 1. Cillian, you're 2.
Can I add a taunt to
Taunt
make it more
her?
likely? Yeah.
She just targets you. She turns towards you and utters, almost too softly to hear, that if she must return to death, that you shall join her. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. As she casts Finger of Death.
Oh.
Cillian, you take 61 points of necrotic damage.
Did I say taunt? I meant flaunt.
Cillian, does that reduce you to 0 hit points?
Yep.
You die.
Wait, can I do counterspell?
You could counterspell it. It is a 7th level spell.
Oh. Well, you win some, you lose some. Counterspell.
Sarah sees
If you
Cillian go
cannot-
down.
Those of you, especially Schrodinger, would know that if you cannot kill this Lich by its next turn, Cillian will rise as a ghoul.
Okay. No, Sarah sees Cillian goes down and her heart is starting to break. And she yells, "Rebuke the violence!" And she will use her channel divinity. You will not take down my friend without suffering as well.
Jesus, fuck! Okay, well we have a counterspell coming. So let's let Gresh get his counterspell out. It is going to be a high level, it is going to be a high DC, obviously. So Gresh, what level are you casting your counterspell at?
3.
So this is going to be a DC 17 Arcana check.
Well, I'm gonna do this first.
Right. She has to roll 1 too. Okay. So Gresh, with your 20, you cast Grease centered on yourself. You still maintain your footing for now. And then hers... Okay, she gains an ability that you all are not aware of yet. DC 17 Arcana. Gresh, you there?
Yeah, sorry.
No! The counter spell is successful. Cillian, you do not take 61 points of necrotic damage and die.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. Drama. Alright, so, seeing that go down, it is still her turn. That is her whole action, though. Clutch as fuck indeed. Okay. That does end her turn, bringing us to Schrodinger.
To cast Magic Missile at 2nd level.
Okay. Roll a d100. 62. 62. Schrodinger, whenever you speak for the next minute, you have to shout. You cannot control the volume of your voice.
Wasn't he already a feather-bearded blue megaphone?
Yes.
The last table.
Okay.
Don't think that was all three.
So we got 9 points of force damage going in. Or you did a 2nd level casting?
Yes, 2nd level.
So 12 points. Right. Anything else?
That's gonna be all.
Okay. Schrodinger, at the end of your turn. She is going to once again implode for a brief moment and then explode outwards, expelling a wave of necrotic energy over all of you. Anyone within 10 feet, let's say she moves to here for maximum effectiveness. So that is going to be Sarah, Eldeth, Aranis, Gresh, and Sereth. Each of you needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Where's the familiar?
Back behind Gresh.
Say Constitution, right?
saving throws.
Come on.
DC is 18. Good luck.
I can't roll to save my life today.
Am I in my own aura? Do I get
It's
the
already
extra-
added.
Oh, then I'll use sessional.
Okay. It is 25 points of necrotic on a failure.
Ooh.
Is it half?
Half on success, so 22 points on a success.
Can you say that again? 25 on a failure and
11.
12 on
Sorry.
a... Well, 11.
Math, 12, sorry, yes.
Okay, so 12. Snap back down to 10.
My nemesis. Basic addition and subtraction. Okay. Schrodinger. Oh, yeah, never mind. That was the end of your turn. Brings us to
Yeah,
Sarah.
it was the end of my turn. It's Gresh.
Was it Gresh? My bad. Gresh, go ahead.
Oh, you skipped me. Okay.
Yep, you're good.
So Wild Magic Table, does that count for non-leveled spells?
Yes, any spell.
Any spell.
Cantrip or higher.
I will cast Magic Missile at level 2.
Okay. D100.
Don't be an 8. Don't be an 8.
Don't be an 8 or a 7.
Because you'll kill her.
47.
Oh, please don't be lightning. What is it?
47. Confused. Your friend Moonglimmer returns.
Yay!
Green glimmer.
Help!
Oh, this one again.
She looks around and says, "You've brought me once more to the clutches of evil. We shall slay him together." Or,
Do it.
let's roll her initiative.
Did you do that, Grash?
Okay.
Oh, and it's another D4. Sorry.
All right. So, Gresh, you cast it at level 2 or level 1?
2.
2. So that is... what's that? 15 points?
Plus 3 more. Well, I guess if you're keeping just that one roll, I rolled it again because it didn't let me upcast the spell for some reason.
Weird. Okay. So, Gresh, as this unicorn appears in the room with you all, your magic missiles erupt out and crash towards the Lich's spirit. All the bolts crash directly into her chest. She looks down, amazed, confused, as she detonates and dies.
Yeah, Knights. Huh?
Detonates in a wave of blue light. Harmless blue light.
I will quickly cast Mass Healing Word. Wait, once we're out of initiative.
We are out of initiative.
I can't roll. Everyone gets 6.
Mass healing words is just mass healing. That's not terrible for mass healing word. You're thinking mass cure wounds where you want big numbers. Mass healing word is just a little bit for everybody.
I just want healing.
Gresh, you did it.
No. And he pets the unicorn. We did it.
Moonglimmer nods
Shimmer.
towards you.
Shimmer Gloom, you're back to help.
Unicorn turns towards you. Name is Moonglimmer.
Sorry. Oh, Shimmer Gloom.
The Shimmer Gloom is her brother.
Oh.
God, sir, I'm mixing up unicorn names.
The only Shimmer Gloom I know is a black dragon. You can't be related, can you?
She says no comment.
Can I the voice of the voice of the lady who's been talking to us? Can I try to locate that voice in my head?
Yeah. It's still pleading with you to release it from the darkness. It's coming from the sarcophagus.
I will try to open the sarcophagus.
I will
Sarah, give me a hand.
I will help
Yeah.
Arcanus.
Because we're both so muscly.
So,
Dead
as
bodies,
you're all
interesting.
beginning to lift off the gold plate that covers the top of the sarcophagus, Moonglimmer looks around. She says, "This time I shall remain and assist you in your quest against the darkness that haunts these
Aww.
Oh! Clicks everybody.
Took us with him.
She took you with her back to the Feywild.
I think I'd rather go back to the Underdark.
No, there's more ways out the Feywild, I think. To the
The
home.
Feywild's weird and scary.
Apologies, my mind feels a bit foggy. Do you think this tomb here is safe to rest? Just for a short while?
Those of you with
Yes.
the ability to sense darkness and evil and undead around you believe this place to be cleansed.
I think it's safe. I don't feel as uncomfortable as I did before. I certainly need to rest. That fight really took it out of me. But, do you guys need help with the coffin lid?
No, we got it.
Oh, okay.
Lift with your knee, Schrödinger.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was pulling, not pushing.
So,
Oh, I suppose you want me to get off the lid then. I've
Little
kind of. Hold on, sorry. Okay, there we go.
Oh wow, it's so much lighter. You're in plate armor.
Mhm.
Right. So, the first thing that you all see is a small coffer. Inside of it, there is a lot of coins. There is 4,000 silver,
Oh.
1,200 gold,
1,000 silver.
11
Much gold?
zircons worth 50 gold pieces each. There is a necklace lined with little red beads.
Oh.
I sense where the voice is coming from.
Yes.
The necklace.
It is not the necklace. There is no spirit that you can see under here. Give me just a moment and I will tell you everything else that's in here.
What was
I
the
would-
after
Sorry.
you said 2,000 gold pieces?
It was 4,000 silver, 1,200
Oh.
gold,
Okay.
11 zircons worth 50 gold piece each, precious stones. And there are 2 glass vials, one with a bright pink liquid, another you all would recognize as a potion of greater healing. Uranus, as you all gather these items, you can hear the voice calling out to you faintly. You pull away a sheet that is laid across the bottom of the sarcophagus, and beneath it is a thin gold sheath.
I pick it up.
It is extremely light. The handle it appears to be plated gold, but upon closer inspection, it is a much harder metal, fashioned to look like gold. The sword speaks to you. It says, "You all have freed me from millennia of darkness. I, Dawnbringer, pledge my services to you."
Dawnbreaker.
I think since I saved everyone, the voice is speaking to me.
I'm sorry. It's a weapon that has a light in the word. I think that's definitely the cleric of light's domain here.
Do you think I
Have you
could shoot
ever
it out
hit
of a
any-
crossbow?
It's a very interesting sword you found, Uranus. It
So,
almost glows with that of the moon.
Pardon?
It's almost a glow of that of the moon.
Yes, I feel a kinship, I must admit.
so you all can go
Hello.
ahead and read over Dawnbringer and decide who would be best suited to wield such a powerful weapon. Dawnbringer is a sentient weapon. She does have the spirit of a long millennia dead celestial embedded into it. She can speak. She telepathically communicates with anybody that is near her, not just her wielder. She is terrified of the dark, as is evidenced by the fact that she immediately ignites herself, washing the rest of this chamber in bright light.
I reassure her that she's okay now. And I'll cast light as well. Maybe she'll find it comforting.
She does. She dims just a bit, bringing it to a much more, I guess, like, normal level of light in the room. It's not like a wash in blinding light. So, you all can take a long rest here, if that is what you would like to do. And during that rest, our arcane focused individuals would be able to identify that necklace as a necklace of fireballs. Let's have somebody roll a d6 plus 3.
You can hold multiple beads as one action. Fucking hell. Yeet.
Tyler remembers how a necklace of fireballs was put to use in my very first campaign I ever ran, A Lost Mine of Phandelver. Remember that, Tyler?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Every single one of them. Not every single piece of how it was used, but it was very creative.
Mm-hmm. It involved a weasel and a box. And a drider. Okay, I'll go ahead and roll the d6 then. The necklace has 9 beads.
Nice, thank you.
Rolled You did it. You did it. You did.
Okay.
Way to go.
The
Sarah
vial
nailed it.
with the bright pink liquid. It's a filter of love. I am afraid of what you all will do with this, but there it is.
Nice.
And then you got the potion of greater healing as well.
You watching my drinks?
During our rest, I will ritually cast Augury,
Okay.
and the object I'm going to pull out of my pocket is a ornate spinning top with different symbols on it, like Augury,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm ritually casting it.
Okay.
And I will look. Uranus is the one that got the sword, right?
I mean, he's hugging it like he wants it. But
so both
if-
Uranus and Sarah can equally use that to extreme effect. So it's really up to you all who gets that, but that would be
And
my recommendation.
I will consider while casting this,
Okay,
and
well-
waiting for the results, if Uranus is worthy to wield it. Wait,
Okay.
you had to leave? Did you say something?
He had
Oh.
a family. Cillian
Oh.
had a family emergency.
Oh, oof. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I wasn't sure if Plax was going to join us, so I actually have some more travel planned. So, luckily, if he's not able to make it back, Blingden Stone is still planned for next week and not today.
Cool.
Okay. Is Uranus worthy of wielding Dawnbringer? You do get a wheel for that.
Now I have to look at what that means because I just got this spell.
It's good results.
He's gonna shoot Uranus a little side glance, close his eyes for a second, and just nod and smile. Give him a thumbs up. Picks up the top, rewraps it.
I will walk over to Sarah and I'll ask if she wants to wield it.
Uh, well,
Secret-
Uranus, you're hugging the blade quite tightly. I don't think I could get it from you even if I wanted it.
I won't deny that I feel a connection to the blade, but
Take the blade then.
are you sure?
I could spin this again.
I mean, if you think your toy will help, Gresh.
It can, but it might get dull. You're right.
I mean, it's a spinning top. I've seen children in my camp play with them. I'm not sure. What
And
you
your
hope to
children are
achieve.
very, very wise.
Yes, they are. It was a compliment. Admittedly, a confused one. Actually, I'll ask the blade who that's probably gonna help. But yeah, I'll ask the blade. Does she have a name? Or is it just Dawnbringer?
Dawnbringer.
Dawnbringer, would you rather be... Do you have a preference of wielder?
She simply says that as long as she is used to fight the darkness, she is indifferent to who wields her against it.
If you're sure, Sarah, we can always reassess.
Just take the blade at Ennis.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I'll start
Use it.
I'll start,
I just ask that you use it well and use it often.
I'll start polishing her. Gonna make you look all nice. He's a good blade.
It's a little weird. All right, so Dawnbringer is a +2 longsword. I'm going
Can I
to
add
go
it to the
ahead.
sheet?
I just did for you.
Oh, thank you. And it says if I've got proficiency in short swords, I can use it.
Mm-hmm.
While Uranus was going through all that with Dawnbreaker, figuring out who would be the rightful owner, Schrodinger will be sitting back, reading the spell scroll he got from the Dwarven King, and kind of going over what he thinks Liamud's tiny hut is and what he thinks it would end up looking like before like actually trying to cast it. He's just studying the spell scroll.
Oh, that reminds me. Gresh, I need you to roll a D100 for when you cast Augury. Or, you know what? It doesn't expend a spell slot when you do it with this ritual, right?
No.
Okay, so never mind. Schrodinger, you were saying?
Oh, he's just studying the spell.
Okay,
the
not
spell
casting it.
scroll. Not casting it. Just kind of since Schrodinger would have never got an idea of what Liamud's tiny hut is, and in the case of needing to cast it, he's just kind of reading it, trying to create a mental idea of what
Nice.
he thinks it would end up looking like for when he does cast it.
Okay.
And sometime later through the night, Schrodinger will approach Gresh and hand him the gilded skull. Tell him he will no longer find use for it. He's able to summon undead by other means.
You are? How?
I can show you. Currently, we have two that are waiting outside of this necromancer's lair. One of these days, I can show you.
Yes, you really must. You truly are a master of the necromancy arts. And if you ever have a question about your fate, I might be able to point you in the right direction.
My fates sort of are. We feel pretty aligned. But the ways you're able to manipulate them are very intriguing. Should be a lot we can learn from each other.
Indeed. Truly fascinating that we found each other down here.
It's truly reliant that we found each other. There's not too many people you can rely on down here in the Underdark.
We seem to have found a good lot. Though, those of the Underdark have been helping us, oddly enough. Orana, Sarah, and Sereth, after all. Who would have thought?
Simple people who just simply want to escape.
I'm not sure I'd call anything that we've done simple. By any stretch of the imagination, at least.
The tasks may not have been simple, but the people that we are traveling with, they seem simple enough. the drow that wants to reunite with this goddess of the moon. And the Dorgar who wants to return to the surface.
And what will you be doing with that beard of feathers and your glowing skin?
Well, appearances do have changed.
Schrodinger,
It's
you
annoying.
sneeze, and your bearded face, your feathered beard explodes outward and covers the entirety of the room in feathers.
I would be looking Gresh face to face when that happened.
Oh, brilliant idea, brilliant! And Gresh bends down, starts picking up the feathers and picking them off himself. I will sleep comfortably during this rest. You truly are a wise man, Schrodinger.
That serves for the feather situation. As for blue skin, that may also fade.
That suits you. Oh, I'm gonna make a pillow, snuggle up next to Cillian.
All right, everybody. So you all can go ahead and finish your long rest if you haven't already. And as you do, we'll go ahead and take our break. When we return, you all will exit from this temple and continue on your way towards Blingdenstone. All right, everybody. So we are back. You all have emerged from the ancient Netherese tomb, crashed here millennia ago, and recovered sentient artifact that had been locked away within. Now, to aid you all, you have Dawnbringer, a sentient and powerful magic weapon that has its own flaws, but is ready and willing to lend itself to your cause. With that will be the end of your 7th day. Basidia and her entourage, trailing a few hundred feet behind you all, would send a scout up to inform you all that the chamber that Basidia, the cavern that Basidia has decided to be their new home, is only a day away. So, you all recently took your long rest not too long ago. It is the following day, day 8 of 10 of your travel towards Blingdenstone.
And keep reanimating the 2 dead. They're going to be used to disguise Topsy and Turvy at the beginning of each day.
Okay. Sounds good. So, you all know the drill by now. Who volunteers as tribute to roll the 2 d20s for the day?
I'll do 1.
Okay.
Max, it's been gone a while.
9, you say. Okay. Plax, you want to roll a d20? And a 10.
Perfectly in the middle.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay, so your travel goes relatively quietly for a good long while. Travel for several hours without interruption, the caverns seeming to stretch endlessly ahead of you all. It's difficult to tell just how far you're traveling, or even really how long it's been, but you do get the impression that you've been traveling for some time. Plax, could you please roll another d20? A 2. Okay. All right, everybody. Okay. You come to a section of the Underdark that seems innocuous enough. There's several cliff faces ahead of you all. And the closest one to you, you see there's a ladder a rolled ladder leading up. The ledge. Here, I'll just go ahead and put you all here so you can get a better idea of what you're dealing with. Come on. Okay. Okay. So a cliff about 20 feet high blocks the passage ahead of you. Higher up, you can see another cliff above the platform ahead of you all, that one rising about 45 feet. You see a rope ladder hanging from the ledge ahead of you, but you can see that on the other end of the ledge, the rope ladder is rolled up. How do you all proceed?
What do we say again, sorry?
There is a cliff ahead of you with a ladder leading up to another ledge. You can see up above, farther up from that ledge, there is another cliff, that one much larger. The ladder is rolled up on that ledge.
How high up is the second ledge?
The
Like
ladder
100 feet?
here goes up 20 feet. This one is 45 feet.
Schrodinger's going to put his hand to his wall, and Zath is going to crawl off of him and crawl up the wall, kind of go up towards like the 45-foot angle, the second rising. And Schrodinger is just going to look through his familiar's eyes and see what's up there.
Okay. Make a perception check.
As the spider?
Yep.
Got it. Perception was wisdom?
Yes. Okay. He can hear something. Something odd. Sounds like gibbering. Echoing around. He can't quite pinpoint where it's coming from, though.
Sounds like there's some gibbering going on up there. I cannot see where it's coming from.
Your spider cannot get up the ledge?
No, he's up the ledge. He's all the way at the top.
Over there?
Yes.
Perhaps we should be stealthy then.
So this spider is going to stay up in the top ledge where it's at, and Schrodinger will just be able to look through his eyes as regular.
Okay.
And how do you propose to be stealthy?
We sneak.
So you all are attempting to quietly climb these ladders?
Yes.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Can the zombies climb ladders?
With assistance, I would assume so.
Who would be willing to help send the zombies up first?
How many zombies do we have?
2.
Are these the anime dead ones?
Yes.
These all yours?
Yep.
Okay.
Mainly just being used, so it helps the interview feel more comfortable coming back home. But under circumstances, it could be better off to keeping us out of trouble.
So what'll it be, y'all?
Is Ara here? She's still muted.
Well, just climb the goddamn ladder. What are we waiting for?
By all means.
Schrodinger's going to get one of his zombies to come forward, and he's going to help it kind of get up the ladder.
Okay. Go ahead and pull one of your zombies and drop them up there.
Oh, did you get my owl?
I have not made a token for it yet.
Okay.
So Schrodinger, now that you and Gresh are up there, you also begin to hear that strange gibbering. It's almost like several voices overlapping each other. You cannot determine the source, though.
Are we being stealthy?
I will. Mage armor. I declared it.
Yeah, Schrodinger's going to lean over the cliff of side with the ladder and bring one finger to his mouth, and just give a shush.
And I stealth TM?
Yeah. Go ahead and get stealth for anyone that's being stealthy.
Same.
That's weird. Why am I rolling a disadvantage? Yeah, mine's 8. I don't know why I did that. 18.
Okay.
I will carefully climb the ladder. What kind of ladder is it? Like, is it like a rope
It's a
ladder?
rope ladder. It is a rope ladder.
When I get to the top, I will kneel down. Presuming I get to the top without any difficulty.
Yes.
I will then hold the ladder in place. Like, I'll go to the side of it and just hold it in place. So that it moves less for the next person.
Okay.
If we're being stealthy. Do you see
Will do.
anything, Sarah?
Nope.
Do we all hear the gibbering still?
Faintly, yes.
What direction does it seem to be coming in?
Up the ladder.
And the zombie's just gonna keep walking straight until it hits a wall, because I can't see anything in this direction.
Does anybody have light going?
I got dark vision, so does my owl.
Do I not have your dark vision set? My bad.
No, I do. I can.
Okay.
Well, I can't see up the cliff.
I can see up the.
I can only see one square F in front of me, and I'm assuming that's meant to be.
If you do not have dark vision, then yes.
I can see.
Oh, I have dark vision.
Then you should be able to see. Let me check your token.
Like, are we not able to be I can't speak. Are we not meant to be able to see above this cliff?
Technically, no. I mean, if we're gonna be
Yeah. Too high up.
precise about it, then it would look kind of like
We could hold someone up to see over the edge.
it would look kind of like that.
Yeah.
Wait, that's where the Zath went. That's where the Zath is currently. He's up there.
Your spider's still up there, right?
He is? He's just sitting on the edge.
What's your spider's intelligence?
1.
Cool. Yeah, I figured. Okay.
Can send the zombie to lift him up, poke his head up. If anything happens, then we know something is up there.
I'm not sure if I want to touch a rotting body.
You said you had your spider can't drop a rope bridge down.
So you want me to put the zombie up?
This ledge is 45 feet tall. I don't think you could lift a zombie up high enough. The ladder is still rolled up at the top of the cliff.
Okay. Can Sarah throw, I don't know, a javelin or something to try and knock it loose?
Down. Sure. Let's go ahead and have an attack roll. Call it AC 13.
Is Eldath around?
Yes, sorry. Eldith and Sereth would be here, as would Topsy and Turkey.
Let's see. My javelin's +6. Oh, no, I'm pretty good with my javelin. Okay.
You're fucking amazing with your javelin.
Okay, so you're able to knock your javelin. You're able to perfectly strike the rope ladder, and it rolls down towards you all, and you're able to catch it.
All right, should I climb up or help the zombie up? Shro, is it okay if I...
Yes, sorry. With the chittering that's going on about... Certainly. Send the zombie up first.
Okay. Can he climb or I push him up?
He's a little difficult and slow on his own. May need to guide him by letting him stand on your shoulders.
Okay. Okay, so Sarah will help the zombie up.
Okay. Can you see through your eyes or otherwise sense what your zombies are sensing, Schrodinger?
Look. Not seeing anything that really states that.
Okay.
It's under your control for 24 hours.
Okay. You all hear a commotion. Sounds like something moving up there. A brief moment later, you all see the zombie's legs get yoinked from right there out of sight. The gibbering continues, and you hear what sounds like blows landing.
Oh.
Does your spider see anything? Sure.
Oh, your spider's still up there, and you can see through its eyes, can't you?
Yeah, Schrodinger would switch. It would look through instead of the spider's eyes to see what was going on.
A rock has grown tentacle-like limbs, dozens and dozens of mouths, and too many eyes to count. It has grabbed the zombie and is proceeding to bash it on the ground over and over again.
There's the big rock has lots of tentacles, mouths, and eyes, and it just killed the zombie.
Once the zombie stops moving, it drops the rock thing drops the zombie, the tentacles merge back into its body, and a rocky exterior forms up over it, making it indistinguishable from the rocks around it.
Schrodinger will pass on the knowledge of the camouflaged rock monster.
Well,
You have another one, right?
Yes, we have one spare one for emergencies. If
We could use
I
it
can
as
get
bait.
to that one, I'll always bring him back.
but I guess there's only one way to go, and that's up. But
We use
maybe
the zombie as bait, perhaps.
You know, to send the zombie up, and as it was proceeds to bash it, go up and get it while it's vulnerable.
or run past.
The amount of tentacles and eyes, it may see us.
All right. Sarah will tap on her armor with her sword, cast Shield of Faith, and
Okay.
make her way up the ladder.
Wait, let's. It grabbed the zombie very fast. Send the other one up,
Okay,
just for safety.
that's a good idea. So Sarah will help the other one up.
Okay. Once it gets to the top of the ladder, it is yoinked. And as it is yoinked, we will roll initiative.
Okay.
And we're preparing to dash. Or run up the ladder.
Yeah, you all can state
Yeah.
your held actions.
Yeah, I was gonna follow up after the zombie.
I was gonna follow Sarah.
Yeah, ditto. We all
Hey,
clamor.
we can do. We all run at it at the same time. We'll hit each other at the bottom.
Well, I'm just gonna be like, oh, you go first. Yeah, you go first. Yeah, this is you go first. No, you. Oh, Sarah's gonna go last somehow.
Okay, I need to
That's
I'm gonna refresh my browser.
Been playing Mountain Blade Bannerlord since it came out on Game Pass, and this is what it feels like when you're storming a castle and it just has like the ladder that goes up, and just like, yeah, come on, get up the ladder, go.
What game?
It's Mountain Blade Bannerlord.
Oh, Bannerlords. That's been on my long list for a while.
Well, it's been in
I
development for like
noticed
20
it
years.
came out on Game Pass, not too
Yeah, it's
long
on Game
ago.
Pass. Like, it's literally, I'll go ahead and set it to download right now. You convinced me. Good job.
Is it like the first Bannerlord where you can go up the ladder by yourself and just decimate everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I
It's
love
their
it.
second game, and I don't play it on PC because I share with one of my friends to get their Game Pass. But if you have it on PC, I hear that like the modding community does such a great justice for the game.
Put that onto the D drive. All right. Yep, it's downloading. Okay. Now back to this game. So y'all did great on initiative. Good job, everybody. Eldeath is a no.
What?
I need to do for the NPCs. Are we doing joint? Or are we
No, they
doing
roll their own
joint?
initiatives now.
Okay. Eldeath will move up. Oh, can she get up the?
Yes. I'll go ahead and move her past.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, she can see what's up there now.
Yep. Oh. Okay.
Essentially, a giant mutated rocktopus. That is
Wow.
literally what it's called. A giant mutated rocktopus.
As she do.
As
She'll
you
look
do.
down. She'll look down and say, "Yeah, lots to see up here. and she'll
As
take
she
her
lays
longbow.
her eyes upon it,
Uh-oh.
its horrid, twitching, gibbering form. I need her to make a wisdom saving throw.
So that's wisdom.
At disadvantage, so that she can see it and hear it.
Okay. Plus her proficiency would be 12? 11?
Well, 11. 11 is just good enough.
Ah. Okay. So she will take out her longbow and knock back an arrow.
Okay.
Okay.
17 certainly hits.
Interesting. And she has she has a bonus action. So 3 times a day she has Archer's Eye. And
Okay.
she can roll a d10 and add the number to either her attack roll or her damage roll.
Nice.
So I'm going to add to her damage roll. She can do this 3 times a day.
Cool. Okay.
And she'll take her second attack.
12 also hits.
Oh. Okay. And she will use another use of that thing. Ah, 1. So 8 piercing.
Right. You said it used your bonus action to do it?
Oh, yes. So she couldn't do it that time. Sorry.
Once per turn.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Fantastic. All right, it did not like that. Anything else from Eldeth?
That's it.
Oh. Sareth should have gone first.
No, it's done in the wrong order. Oh, never mind. I see what you did.
Yeah. So what's Sareth gonna do? Did Eldeth make it all the way up the ladder?
Yeah, that's as far as that's all her movement.
Oh. So okay, so we'll say that she just made it to right here then, so that the ladder isn't blocked.
Okay.
Okay, and how towards the ladder?
45 feet up.
He has exactly 45 movement left.
That would block
Is
the
that
ladder.
enough to get? Block the ladder. You couldn't like go.
Would that be 45 feet?
It would be 45 feet.
If you can get him to right there with 45 feet, then yes, that's fine.
Oh, cool. Then he'll use his action to dash and get there.
I need him to make a wisdom save at disadvantage.
Does it help that? I mean, never mind.
Can he see it and hear it?
Like the tentacles are. It's attacking the zombie, isn't it?
Yes.
So if it's attacking, can't it see what attacking the zombie? Or is it
You,
just
as
that
long as
far
you
apart?
can see it and you can hear it, you have to save against it.
Okay, wisdom. So perception or just wisdom?
Wisdom saving throw.
I'm saving for a
So
second.
for him, you would just hit wisdom.
Save. Wisdom. Go. 10.
Sareth does fail. As a result, he begins to lose his touch on reality, and I need Sareth to roll on the short-term madness table. So roll a d100.
Whereabouts is Sarah? Is she at the bottom of the ladder?
I believe she's at the bottom of the ladder, yeah.
Okay, never mind. Madness table. What is that?
D100.
D20. D100.
29. Sareth gets to the top of the ladder, witnesses this horrid mutation abomination, and collapses onto the ground, weeping and screaming uncontrollably. Roll a d10.
God.
For the next 2 minutes, Sareth is incapacitated and spends the duration of that 2 minutes switching between screaming, laughing, and weeping.
Fun.
And that brings us to the giant roctopus, who is going to use one of its tentacles to bludgeon the zombie, as it does. So that is a 12 to hit the zombie,
What's a hit?
or 13 points of bludgeoning. It is then going to lash out with one of its other many appendages for Eldeth. And that is going to be... Ooh, that's a crit. That is 16 points of bludgeoning to Eldeth, and she is grappled. Schrodinger, what are you going to do about this?
How much do you trust me? Sarah,
Silence.
Sorry.
how much do you trust me?
Me?
Are you willing?
I trust you, for sure.
Schrodinger will put a hand out and touch Sarah and cast invisibility. Sarah is now invisible.
Awesome.
And as for... Can the zombie still attack even though
Yeah.
it's wrapped up?
Yeah, it's grappled.
Sweet. Going to slam its tentacle in it that's got slam down on the tentacle that's grappling it.
Okay. 11 hits.
It does. Wow.
Okay. For 6.
That'll be all.
Uranus.
Okay. I'm here. I can't get up with my... I'm gonna have to dash. So, done. 30 gets me. Wait, no, 25 gets me. Dash. Would give me 10 left. So... No one's warned about the whole madness thing, have they?
Eldeth resisted it, but then Sereth suddenly just collapsed and started weeping.
I don't think I could infer anything from that.
Make an insight check if you'd like to.
Okay. Would that be an action?
No.
Sorry, my screen's frozen.
Okay.
Check. Insight.
Okay. Hearing the gibbering, and after what just happened to Sereth, you can infer that something up there is driving people insane.
Oh, warn my party. I don't know what's going on up there, but you may want to brace yourself for something unworldly or mind-breaking. Saf is not the sort to just start weeping and crying and laughing. He's definitely not the sort to start laughing. So we should all brace ourselves. And he will climb up. He'll have to use his action to dash.
Okay.
He'll have 10 feet of movement left. And he will move probably there, out of the way of the ladder.
Okay, so with your 22, Uranus, you're also able to determine that it is the sight and sound of this thing that is making it so difficult to resist. So you do realize that if you were to cut one of those senses off somehow, you would have a much better chance of resisting this creature.
When did I realise that? But
On your way
on the
up.
ground. On my way up.
Before you make the check.
Okay. Okay, what do I have? Let me open my. What do I have on me? Because I'm not gonna just cut my ears off. I mean, I could heal that. Common holy symbol. Healer's kit. Ooh, healer's kit. I've got gauze in there.
Stuff your full of gauze?
Would that be an action window?
I would say so, yes, an item interaction.
Which I don't have an action left. Because I had to dash to get up the ladder. I can't block the ladder.
Squeezing your eyes shut is a free action.
But then once I open my eyes, I'd have to make the check, wouldn't I?
Yes, and it would have advantage against you if it tried to attack you.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of rough.
Okay, what can I... I mean, I've got a pretty... I'm so going to regret this. I've got a pretty high wisdom score.
Okay.
Was it a difficult check? I can't know that. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take it. Okay, yeah, I come to the top. Although I will
reach the top
warn
of the ladder?
my friends.
Okay.
I'll tell them. I think if you block off one of your senses, either your hearing or your sight, you'll be fine. Can I clamp my hands over my ears? Would that be effective enough?
Give it a try. Find out.
The problem is that you need both of your hands to climb the ladder. It's when you get to the top of the ladder that you have to make the save.
Could I close my eyes, climb the ladder, get to the top, put my hands over my ears, and open my eyes?
You can do so if you succeed on a dexterity saving throw. We'll call it. We'll leave the DC low. We'll call the DC 13. If you fail, you fall.
What's the? How much
It's
is it?
45 feet, so it would be 4d6.
That's not terrible.
I would also give Sarah the opportunity to try and catch you if she so chose.
Jesus. Why not? Why not?
Good luck.
I've not been rolling well tonight. I'm gonna get a natural 1.
Hey, okay.
Oh, ignore the 2. I've got Sarah's aura on there.
That's fine. 18 is still plenty. So you get up there. You still have to make a wisdom save, but you will not be at disadvantage.
Okay, wisdom save at advantage. No, I mean normal.
You're right. You are not at disadvantage. You succeed.
Oh, thank God. So, and I've still got I think my bonus action left.
That was a lot just to avoid madness. I mean, I say
know.
just. Madness is pretty shitty.
Can I be fair? Something's stopping me from moving.
Oh, yeah, it's the dynamic lighting. I'll move you right now.
But I shout down the warning to my friends so they know to block off one of their senses so they come up. And then action used. I've got my bonus action. I will cast Spiritual Weapon.
Nice.
It will materialize just next to the tentacle that is holding the zombie.
Nice.
And I
Okay.
want... No. Actually, no. Sorry. The tentacle holding Eldeth.
Got it.
Life is more important than undead. Sorry, Schrodinger. And can I try to cut through the tentacle holding her? Like, I imagine there's like one on the ground or in the air.
You can strike at the tentacle, but I would say it would have to be a 19 or a 20 on the roll to actually sever the tentacle.
Okay. Let's do this. Oh. Doesn't even hit.
It does not.
It's fine. The saves were good. That's the important thing. And that's the end of my turn.
All right, Gresh, you're up.
Okay. So it's 45 feet from where Ara's standing.
Yes. We'll just say from right here to the top of the ladder is 45 feet. So let's get Ara back 1. Otherwise, that would mean she was already up, partially up the ladder, so.
Right. Gresher's gonna use his action to We're up the ladder. Ah, it won't let me.
Oh, yep, I gotta... It's the dynamic lighting. You know what? Everyone knows it's up there now. We can just... Boop.
And at the same time, the owl's gonna do a flyby.
Okay.
Go flying over here.
Gresh,
Way up in the air.
have you done anything to dull your senses? I need a wisdom
Nope.
save. You are unaffected.
Just be confident and climb the ladder. I don't know what Uranus is talking about.
Right
As Sarah sobs on the floor.
there. Oh, God!
Did you stub your toe?
He looks towards you and bursts out laughing.
Oh. What did you do to him, Uranus? It wasn't like this when he went up the ladder. No one else is on the ground crying.
Gosh, it wasn't me. He did this before I got up here.
This never happened until you had that sword in your hand. Just saying facts. Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Alright, Sarah.
Don't worry, you cast guild successfully.
Okay, so she was here at the base. So she will, I guess, use her dash. She is invisible, so
Okay.
she'll dash 45 to the top of the ladder, and then move into the room the remainder of the 15 feet and remain invisible.
We will need a wisdom save from you at disadvantage.
Ook.
Sarah, I need you to roll a D100, please.
Can I not see her?
No, you cannot see her.
That's too bad.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's, Uranus should
Sarah.
have spoke up a lot faster about the whole
At
seeing
the
it thing.
top of the ladder, right as you get within 10 feet of this thing for the first time. Invisible. No one sees you do this, but you look at this thing, and the pure, abject defiance of nature, the horror of this thing, paralyzes you. You cannot move, cannot speak. You are paralyzed for 5 minutes. There are things that could knock you out of this, Sarah, but for now, you are invisible, immobile, paralyzed at the top of the ladder.
We don't even know you're up here.
Sarah, quick, up the ladder.
So I'm guessing you would hear her armor clanging
That you would, yep.
But-
Any of the audio cues you would hear.
and the shuffling, and then everything just goes silent. I'm assuming she'd fall to the ground.
It doesn't say that you go prone; just says that you are paralyzed.
Okay, so paralyzed. So, and then I guess she would just go silent.
Yep.
Hearing Gresh yell out, Sarah, quick, go up the ladder. I believe she went up. It's just, she's very quiet now. Did anything happen?
We can't hear you, there's tentacles.
Sarah, it's Sarah's turn.
He continues to cry, I think.
Oh yes, he does.
15 minutes.
Eldeth's turn.
Earth.
And we are now back around to the second round of everybody that is within 10 feet of this thing. You need to make wisdom saves,
Even if you passed the first time.
even if you passed the first time. Does Eldeth do anything to dull her senses before the save?
She's 15.
Yes.
Wait, oh no, never mind. No, she's not. She's not.
Schrodinger, your zombie is unaffected. Its intelligence is too low. It's too dumb to go crazy.
Nice.
Why your spider didn't? It's why your spider
It's
didn't either.
stupid zombies.
Right, your zombies and spiders are too dumb to go crazy.
That's good to know.
Probably for the best. A mad spider.
Yeah, so I think she would have seen Aranis do his. Did he cover his eyes or his ears or whatever?
My eyes were closed as I came up the ladder, and then I switched over to my hands over my ears as I came above.
Oh.
She would have heard me shout out that you need to dull one of your. As I climbed up the ladder, I
He did shout
realized
that, yep.
I shouted out.
Okay. So then, she would put her hands over her ears.
Okay.
Oh, and that's it. That's her action then,
She-
or
So she puts her hands over her ears. Either shutting your eyes or putting your hands over your ears is a free action. However,
okay.
if she were to keep them there, she wouldn't be able to use her bow properly.
Oh, I think she's grappled actually, right?
She is.
Oh, okay. In that case, she would. She'd probably try to break the grapple.
Okay. So let's go and get the wisdom save from her first.
Okay.
And she's covering her ears.
Sarah just has to be conscious for her aura.
Nice, and she is. All right, Eldeth
So-
succeeds.
Okay.
Go ahead and make that athletics check.
Athletics. Okay. Uke.
6 is no good.
Okay, she remains grappled.
Right. Brings us to the mutant Roctopus. First thing it's going to do is it is going to bash the two things it has grappled. So zombie, 24 to hit,
That's it.
or 8 bludgeoning. Eldeth, 17 to hit,
That's a hit.
or 11 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Can't see Sarah. Drags itself away from the wall.
Fuck.
Uranus, it attempts to grab you with one of its tentacles. 17 to hit.
Oh, wait. Just need to double check. That's a miss.
Okay. That is its turn. Brings us to Shro.
I'm debating if going up is even the smart idea. Do I have to have line of sight for a fireball?
I believe it is a point you can see within range.
Range of your familiar.
Yeah, I believe that's... Yeah, can I do that? Can I look through...
I know there is.
No.
Yeah,
There's an
I know
evocation
there's.
thing that does that.
Exactly.
That's what I thought it was
exactly.
either an evocation or something.
Generally
but
speaking,
yeah,
if there's an ability that allows you to do that, then you just can't do it naturally.
Gotcha. Okay.
The question is, does Firebolt have drop off? So if Schrodinger goes backwards over to here, can he shoot it over everyone's head, but it slowly lowers enough over a distance?
Unfortunately, I don't think it's. I don't think it has a firing arc to it. Straight
physics.
It
line.
would
D&D.
end up being a. The way that I would probably take this is going far back enough to where you can actually see the target.
Right, but with a
if the target
45-foot
is big
cliff,
enough.
that's not going to be a thing.
But yeah, it's a very small cliff. Like I would probably have to be here just to see it. But even being there, I wouldn't be able to see it because it's another it's another decline.
Right.
It's 45. Okay, so it's 45 feet to go up.
So you're going up?
Gonna have to go up. Gonna have to dash action and possibly run into Sarah.
You run right into Sarah. Roll a d2. On a 1, as you bump into her, she falls backwards. On a 2, she falls forwards. Well, let Sarah roll the d2.
Okay, I feel safer with that.
Sorry, I had moved away.
On a 1, you fall backwards. On a 2, you fall forwards.
Okay, backslash roll.
Oh no. Sarah! So, Schrodinger rushes up the ladder as fast as he can, not noticing Sarah still standing at the top, invisible and paralyzed. Bumps into her. She then falls backwards, tumbles back, crashes into the ground, and suffers 14 points of bludgeoning damage. But Sarah, as you strike, your mind clears and you are no longer paralyzed. But you are back down at the bottom.
Does
I'm not paralyzed. Perfect.
Does invisibility fade if you get to take damage?
Does it?
I don't remember.
It does.
I have no idea.
I think if I attack,
does.
it does.
I know attacking does,
Yeah.
but I'm hearing that it also
It is
goes away if you take
also-
damage. Attacks or cast a spell. Oh.
Oh, so
no.
taking damage doesn't do it.
No, it
All right.
doesn't. So Sarah's still invisible.
Clunk.
Right? You all hear thud.
You're clunking and an owl coming from back below.
And then a very weak show. I don't think I trust you anymore.
That did not go well.
I didn't see you there.
God damn it.
All right,
I
Shro.
know I declared dash, but I forgot that I am a tabaxi. Can that be a feline agility instead?
Sure. You do not need to make a save. As you reach the top of the ladder, you are still not within 10 feet of it.
Even for sight and sound?
You are not within 10 feet.
Oh,
So nothing.
so back on track. Fireball.
Fireball. Nice, okay.
Isn't that a bit overkill?
No, kill her.
Oh. I don't like it.
It does fail, taking 27 points of fire. That definitely hurt.
A little bit of movement left. To the next to the dead zombie, and that'll be it.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, the last zombie is going to smash down on smash his fists down on the rock tentacles grabbing him.
22 hits. For 7 points. Fantastic. Schrodinger's zombie brings up its fists and crashes them both down onto this thing's head. It splats, squirting this gray-black oozy ichor all over the cavern. And it is dead.
Is Sarah still sobbing and screaming?
For another minute and a half. Yes, he is.
I will run over to him and cast Death Restoration.
Okay. His madness does
I-
end.
Okay, I thought so.
Why not just give him a hug, Aranis? He's crying.
I mean,
Maybe
I'll
emotions.
give him a hug as part of the spell. They're there.
He
Here.
comes to and looks around. That was horrible.
But Uranus did save you.
No, the hug, not the monster.
I playfully push him. Although not too hard, because I know we're at the top of the cliff.
Over the edge.
I mean, call me naive, but I was starting to think we were getting the hang of this whole traveling in the Underdark.
Doesn't seem like it.
It's a matter of our keeping our wits about us. And if Uranus can yell out things a little faster. Some people.
I yelled that out as soon as I was making my way up the ladder.
Making my way.
You didn't make your way up the ladder fast enough.
Making my way.
I'm sorry. I'm not the quickest on our little party. We'll need to take precautions. If we come across against another one of those things, a way to block our ears without having to physically block them with our hands would be quite useful.
Also have to be very cautious on any other big rocks we come across. The way that it camouflaged was almost natural to just your everyday rock you find here.
I mean, Grash, Schrodinger, you're the intelligent, you're the really smart ones of the group. Can you examine this creature? I mean, can you learn how it does this? Maybe like a way to tell if other rocks are one of these?
I can take a look.
Take it. Willing to take a look at its corpse.
I can give you the blessing of my goddess as you do this to maybe help.
Now, do you want to know just about the creature, or...
I mean, how we spot more of these things. Or something that could give us an advantage, maybe.
So would that be nature or survival?
I would say nature and arcana would be the appropriate checks.
I give you guidance.
Before you...
Bam. Okay. Let's get nature.
Oh. Nature. I'm going to open my book. My book of... Where is it? I have it in my inventory. Small knife. Nope. I have a book. Book of lore. I'm going to open my book of lore. I will use my action to cast the spell that I learned called Borrowed Knowledge.
Ooh, nice.
So for an hour, I will now have proficiency in nature.
Nice. Very cool.
Give you guidance too. Guidance for everyone. You get guidance. You get guidance.
Okay, so between the two of you, Gresh, you pull upon the knowledge of an individual who spent many a year of his life traveling through the Underdark. Roctopuses are not uncommon. They are essentially subterranean octopi that have evolved in a way that they can survive out of the water indefinitely, and their camouflage has improved to the point where they can camouflage themselves into any sort of rock formation, and it is impossible to see them. That, in addition to Schrodinger's knowledge, Schrodinger, you recognize this as a dramatic demonic mutation. Exposure to the various dark energies that are being brought to the Underdark by the demon princes has warped and distorted this otherwise natural creature into its unnatural aberration of a state. Between the two of you, you do now understand these creatures enough. Gresh, you can, but it's definitely not going to be fine dining. The two of you together have gathered enough information, done enough poking around on this creature and reflecting on it to be able to avoid future encounters with it. So in other words, if you do come across a Roctopus of any kind, again, mutated or not, you will be able to spot it, and B, you will not have to make saves against its madness. Because those are two very good checks.
Just those two?
Sorry?
Just like as a party, or just
The
those
party.
two?
The party.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Gresham Schrodinger.
You wanted to know. You asked him to know more about these creatures, and here you are.
Thank you.
Yes, Uranus. Perhaps you should change your field of study. Myself and Schrodinger would have a lot to teach you. If
The
you're willing to
arcane
listen.
arts.
Of course, you seem like you have a noggin.
That's very kind of you to say, Gresh.
You seem like you may have a modicum of intelligence. Possibly, maybe.
Wouldn't be a waste of our time. I mean, I must admit, I'm pretty sold on being a priest of Alestri. But elves are fairly long-lived. It's always nice to have a backup plan.
That's very devout of you, Uranus.
Thank you. Besides, I mean, I don't think I'm intelligent enough to read the books you two probably read. With those symbols and esoteric writings.
It's no different than religious symbols.
Yeah, but we get picture books. Admittedly, they're called murals and artistic renderings, but still.
Schrodinger, I think I was wrong. Is that even possible? Gresh is going to fumble with his top. Is that possible? Could I be wrong?
What about me having intelligence?
Maybe.
What do you think you could
find
teach
his
me?
own way. Perhaps Gresh can teach you something. You seem to be more or less opposed to the necromancy arts.
Not that I'm opposed, I just don't like it.
Schrodinger goes on with this, he's going to perform animate dead on the zombie that got killed, just to bring it back.
You do it to the octopus.
I don't think I can. It's too much of a monstrosity to be able to, for me to animate.
Well, at the very least, we have dinner. Well, breakfast. Brunch. Yes, octopus brunch.
Do we want to eat something so mutated?
I don't see why not. Look here. This big
Say
piece
that
here,
it
we
is,
slice it
or
nice and
another
thin.
night of rations.
Oh, you wrap a thin piece around the rations. Oh, that sounds divine.
Mmm.
Or perhaps we make cloaks. Water-resistant cloaks. Can anybody make cloaks?
I don't know, does anyone have... Would there be leather working tools?
I have a pen. Oh, sorry, my pocket's full of sand. I don't think I have a knife down there. Oh, hey, look at this. It's a bit sandy, but yes, I do have a little knife. Waves it around. Sarah, could you cut us some nice cloaks?
I can try. Give me a dagger.
It's a knife.
knife.
All right. Give it a shot.
Microphone. I'm back. Does anybody have the appropriate tools to turn an animal into a garment?
I have a knife. Uranus, would you like to try?
I have a tinderbox.
Crafting tools of any kind.
I must be proficient in something.
I will allow somebody who's proficient in survival to attempt, but the DC will be considerably higher without the proper tools.
How high is considerably high?
Well, it takes it from 16 to 18.
I think I can give it a try. I don't see why not.
I give you guidance.
No. Lestri's probably tired of listening to you and your guidance all day long.
Elestri's always there for those in need.
I'm sure she is. But I believe in a higher power now. Let me just give it
You
a
believe in
shot.
Elestri too?
Higher power. Not lower. Higher.
Exactly,
Above.
Elestri.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Let's see if I can't get a nice little bit of squid. I'm gonna try to get a piece of squid hide enough to make a cloak. At
Yep.
least one.
Survival.
Survival. I will.
You can use one of your points. One of your nat 20s.
I will use one of my nat 20s to get. All right, so I had to adjust it. I have one left to get a 21.
Fantastic. Okay. You are able to shear enough of this thing's hide off successfully to make a cloak. A wrap, if you will. It's not very pretty, it's not very elegant looking. But it is the skin of this monstrosity. Enough of it to cover a person with. With a critical success on that, if you spend 1 round standing near a rock face, a rocky surface of some kind, spend 1 round standing near it, unless somebody saw you. We'll put this into words later, but unless somebody saw you do it, you become indistinguishable from the wall.
Wow.
I'll put an octopus cloak in my inventory, and
Rocktopus.
And I will throw around on my shoulders. See, Uranus. Wasn't that difficult?
So you basically just got like the cross between Frodo's cloak that makes him impossible to see, and like what the guy did in Grandma's Boy, where he just stands near a wall and pretends not to move. Has anybody seen Grandma's Boy?
A long time ago. I'm Drax. If I stand very still, no one can see me. Can you see me?
Where'd you go?
It's working perfectly. Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
would you like some of this octopus meat over here?
Looks a little fatty. Sure, I'll have some. I'm starving.
All right. Schrodinger, you said you had a tinderbox. Can we make a little fire?
It can make you more than a little fire. And you're going to cast Create Bonfire.
That is quite large. Thank you. And Gresh is going to put a bunch of strips that he cuts nice and thin on a unlit torch, like on the base of it, and kind of just roast it slowly next to the fire and hand it to Sarah.
Oh, that's quite nice. You got it nice and crispy on the outside. Juicy on the inside. It's perfect, thank you.
It tastes like calamari with like a little bit of like bitterness to it for some reason.
Well, it's a And she's picking out, like, I don't know, suction cups from between her teeth. It's a little bit bitter, but for seafood, it's not bad. Not partial to seafood, but yeah, it's pretty darn good. Thank you.
Ah, yes. I forgot. You mentioned that you were from the surface.
That's right.
The Durga that I knew would consider that to be an acquired taste, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, above, I don't think we would have had something like this. Our specialty was goat stew, lamb shanks roasted, all that good stuff. But I have to say, I'm getting used to eating little more interesting things down here.
Goat, you say? Why does that sound so familiar? Schrödinger. We've seen a lot of demonic activity down here. I seem to remember reading something about a goat.
Anything about the goat? Not that I can think of. Not any demonic goats.
Are you sure? Blue something?
Doesn't ring it. It's not ringing any bells on any blue goats.
I'm gonna flip through my little book of lore. No. It should be near the front. Beluzua. Yes. No, that can't be it.
That's your nickname.
I thought they were bigger. Look here, Schrödinger. Goatmen. Demons. There's not much
Yes.
information besides a crude sketching here, but the name seems about right. You sure you don't remember anything?
No, that's not to my knowledge. I remember pigmen. The pig people. They're just demons.
Goats, pigs? Why do the demons like to do these things?
From what I've learned, that's the abyss is very unusual. It's a strange, constantly ever-growing, strange place.
I suppose it's
A
belong.
bit like these caves that we've been traveling in for some, just to be able to get to our destinations. It's almost as if these are connected to the abyss.
Do you believe so? From what the tales I heard are
multitude of
true.
Demons, then they could be true.
Could be. You've seen something.
But
You all
they
have,
could
right?
We've all seen the Demogorgon. We've witnessed it completely annihilate the fish village of Sludobupo.
And yet you all managed to survive with your minds intact.
Not all. Some of us barely made it out. Others had to wrestle and restrain others.
Perhaps, Aranis, your goddess does bless you. And your friends here.
That's what I pray for every night.
There may be some things we can learn from Uranus. His way of his arcane arts are intriguing. he always comes to the aid and is able to heal those that are wounded. It's something I would like to hopefully learn on my own one day.
I mean, it might be slightly different to how I go about it, but you do heal Schrodinger. I don't know. Do you call it a spell? That thing you do where, I don't know, that one creature kind of almost withers, almost? And I don't know, Sano seems to get
Just to
feels
give a little
better.
bit. It, notice it does tend to do. It does help out a little. But the way that I see with you doing it, those spells are rather interesting.
I am blessed with many gifts. I'm very lucky that my goddess has deigned me to allow to use her power like this.
Do we see any other pathways to go down from here?
Yes, the path is clear now that you all are past this obstacle. There, you were near the end of your travel day when you encountered this. So shortly after, it would be about time for you all to try and find a good spot to rest.
Gresh would like to find the safest spot to rest.
Let's get a survival
that
check.
has ever been. I will use my second portent dice.
Okay.
For natural 20.
Fantastic. You are able to find the perfect spot, Gresh. What would the perfect spot be to Gresh?
There is a little stone outcropping in a offshoot of a cave that rounds a corner, and then there's a big opening, and in the very back there's a little stone stool, and he's just going to go sit on it. Just
Nice.
one.
Just one stool. Everyone else has to sit on the floor.
He's just going to
Nice.
sit on it.
Okay. So
He will blend into the outcropping of the rocks with his cloak.
awesome. So this brings us to the beginning of day 9. At the end of this last day, Basidia would say that this is where your paths part. Her and her people will continue on. The cavern that they wish to call their home is only a few hours away from the spot that you all have chosen as your resting place. She thanks you very much for everything that you've done, and as a gift, will give you each one potion of greater healing from her personal stores.
Who is this?
Basidia, the Myconid sovereign, who's been leading a group of refugees behind you all as you travel towards Blingdenstone.
Say greater healing.
Greater healing.
She's been
One
holding out
potion.
to us. She's had this the entire time.
She gave us
Aye.
one before as well.
She did.
Perhaps an escort. At least some of the way for your journey.
She says that if you'd like to accompany her to the cavern, then you're more than welcome to.
About that. And Gresh will put the gilded skull that Schrodinger gave him on the ground, and he'll keep his hand on the top of the skull, and with his other hand he'll put his other hand on the ground and lift them both up simultaneously
Fantastic.
and summon an undead spirit. It will be somewhat ghostly,
Okay.
and you'll just order it to follow and protect them as long as it can stay corporal.
Fantastic. Basidia thanks
Which-
you.
Good journeys.
She says that if you should ever need the help of the Grove again, you know where to find her. She gives you some detailed directions on how to find the cavern that will be her new grove. She says that when the time comes, that she will be ready to assist you, along with the remainder of her troop. after Basidia and her friends leave, Globagul, who has been working on cleaning up the pathway behind you all, making sure that nobody could follow you, cleaning up tracks, removing any evidence of the Myconid refugees and their mass migration. He approaches you all and kind of slithers up towards you all. And Topsy and Turvy are discussing the best route to get to Blingdenstone from here with you all. And Globagul approaches, and he telepathically says to all of you that he knows exactly how to get to Blingdenstone. And he details out a route, and Topsy and Turvy both look towards him and say that, yeah, that route actually is more efficient than the known one that they would have taken. And Globagul then worriedly says to all of you that something is pulling him towards that direction. Something tugs at him as if there was a hook in his mass, drawing him towards Blingdenstone. He says this concerns him. He doesn't know why he's being pulled there.
If it concerns... Sorry, Schrodinger.
Is it like a feeling like separation?
He would immediately latch onto that. He'd say, yes, it feels like something has been missing from me, that a piece of me is there in Blingdenstone.
Would you be able to tell if it's a big piece or a little piece?
He says bigger than he could possibly explain, as if all of him was there and he was just a little part of himself being dragged towards it. He says that when the time comes and you arrive at Blingdenstone, it might be best if you waited outside. Topsy and Turvy agree and say that they might have some trouble bringing Globagul in there. And then Topsy and Turvy also kind of turn and look towards Sereth and Uranus. They say, oh yeah, we kind of forgot to mention. They might make you two wait outside too.
What?
Yeah, there was a little bit of a war a few years ago.
With the other drow and
They
your
nod.
people.
It was a long time ago.
Sereth
think
says, about 5 years.
That is not a long
It's
time.
not too long,
Oh.
but sure, you're just gonna look over towards the zombies and you're fine with people like these, but you wouldn't be fine with two drow.
Say they may let them in like under armed guard. That's a possibility.
Is
We'll just have to
there-
tell them how nice you two are. We trust you.
Thank you, you two. That's very kind of you to say. Any support would be gladly appreciated. Is there anything we can do
Says, yeah.
to...
Does anybody have a
them?
razor? They're not really gonna like us being this hairy. And they start like pulling out knives and shaving off all their were-rat hair.
And either get a nice trim. As for our drow friends, I'm sure some invisibility can always work on their end.
But I appreciate the offer, Schrodinger, but are we not kind of putting off the inevitable? Can you keep us invisible the entire time?
Topsy and Turvy would also say that there's usually guards out front that are checking for invisible creatures because of the Duergar.
So I think we should just try and face it head on and hopefully they'll let us in. I mean, under armed guard isn't too bad. I thought we would have a difficult time in Gracklestug, but they eventually came to not mind me so much.
What if, Uranus, and if you hear me out, you'd give your very best zombie impression. Same thing with you, Sareth. You just join the undead crew for a little bit, roll around in something stinky, and hope nobody really comes near you.
We're not. Are we sure that they'll let your thralls in?
Perhaps you should put them on chains.
Have more concern over you two and less over them two. Probably not big of a deal. But yes, putting them on chains, finding some shackles might be more convincing.
We should just be open. That's what I think. If it's going to be an issue, we should get out ahead of it and face it head on, rather than try to be sneaky. If they catch us, they'll just think worse of us.
If only we knew a spell that can turn Uranus into a cat.
Huh?
Yes.
You know, spells that can turn people into things. Have you heard? Do you know any of these, Gresh?
I can. We could kill him and make him a skeleton. No, you said.
I sidestep behind Sarah. Help.
And disguising him and having him, roll up against the zombies would probably be enough.
Oh, Uranus, you can heal horrific burns, right?
Yes.
We could just shoot his face and
I
arms.
can't
up.
heal scars though. I don't think.
Yes, we just won't heal you.
Right away.
Yes. So you'll only be in horrific pain for.
How about we just be open? Even if me and Sarah are under armed guard, that wouldn't be the worst thing.
You said they couldn't heal scars, but what if we sew them together? No one's seen a doppel, 4-armed, 6-legged. Now, could you heal that? His magics are a mystery to me, Schrodinger.
I can heal a great deal.
Okay.
I mean, eventually. I personally can't do it now, but I've seen other priests wield divine power to regrow limbs, bring people back from death.
Perfect.
I don't have that ability, though.
So Schrodinger, what we do is we set them on fire, then we sew them together and we drape a cloak over them like they're one big monstrosity.
Well, all right, everybody.
Too much of a harder.
That's scaring me.
Let's go ahead and call it a session for today. And that way, next week when we come back, we will have the full party here to discuss how you would go about getting into Blingden Stone. Whether that be lighting each other on fire, stitching each other together into various amalgamations of each other, or whatever it may be. At least Cillian will be involved in that conversation. So let's just go ahead and save that decision for next week.